Hi dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Professor Kayub Mangi, CSS Academy Sarkar, Pakistan. Today's topic is scope and nature of international relations in the present era. The scope of international relations has significantly expanded due to the emergence of new states on the face of the globe. Due to increasing political, economic and commercial activities around the world, the relations among various states have been changing, and due to these continuous changes in international relations, the meaning, nature and the scope of international relations have been changing. There are many factors which affect the scope and nature of international relations, such as the emergence of new nations, unimaginable technological developments, strategic and commercial interests among various countries of the world. In its nascent stage, it was concerned only with the study of diplomatic history of European powers, and it was different from today's complex international politics. Its scope is continuously changing and acquiring more fields of study under its domain. After the end of World War II, the scope of international relations was further expanded with the establishment of international organization, that is United Nations, increasing demand for decolonization, rise of new ideologies in Europe and in the world, the emergence of two superpowers, start of intense Cold War on ideological basis between communism and capitalism, efforts to denuclearize the world, consolidation of peace under the umbrella of the United Nations, influence of non-aligned movement, economic, social, environmental, security and stability of the world. The scope and nature of IR has widened when a fratricidal war started between Iran and Iraq in 1988. The illegal occupation of Kuwait by Iraq or its president Saddam Hussein, and the collective efforts of global community to stop these wars. The powerful and changing scope of IR, or international relations, forced the leaders to shift their policy of safeguarding territorial sovereignty to human security. Since the invasion of Afghanistan in December 1979 by the former USSR, and especially after the 9/11 attacks on US, the scope of international relations has extended to the methods of countering terrorism perpetrated by non-state actors with the clandestine help of historical enemies and comprehensive relation among states. That incident has entirely altered the scope of world international relations. The start of Arab Spring, in which many dictators of Arabs were buried or killed, who denied basic rights to their people, also enhanced the scope of international relations. The scope of IR revealed the nature of working of military pacts, NATO and Warsaw, emergence of OIC and non-aligned movement. Both are powerful regional organizations, and their influence over the superpower superpowers to stop confrontation and address to their problems. The working of United Nations and its agencies for the betterment of unity around the world also enliven the scope and nature of IR. The eminence of international relations has salvaged the subjugated humanity from the clutches of European colonialism. It helped the establishment of United Nations organization, which was forced by the changing scenario of international politics to initiate the process of decolonization and liberalization. The forces of international relations have come with flying colors, and number of sovereign international units or states increased from 51 to 193. Therefore, the scope and nature of international relations have widened and extended to all sovereign and independent states of the world. The world leaders have been forced to divert their attention to the betterment of human security rather than so-called territorial security. The scope and nature of international relations have compelled the world to relegate and avoid war and fight collectively against socio-economic issues confronting humanity irrespective of race, creed, region and religion. The scope of international relations has greatly expanded in modern times due to the emergence of new states on the face of the globe. The scope of international is continuously expanding and become multifaceted due to many factors such as LPG or liberalization, privatization and globalization, advancement in technology, communication, transportation and social media, and global issues, terrorism, poverty, global warming, etc. This has turned the world into a global village. The scope of IR may also be defined by the subfields it encompasses. The scope altered the IR international relation from confrontation to cooperation despite issues in the interest of international security and peace. Similarly, the international political economy, a main subfield of international relations, deals with trade and financial relations among nations, focuses on how nations have cooperated politically and maintain institutions that regulate the flow of international economic and financial transactions, population, economic development, GDP, GNP, NNI, military strength, determination to resist opposing ideology, political stability, leadership quality, and geographical location determines the scope and nature of international relations. The extent of cooperation among countries and regional organizations also determine the scope of international relations. The Western countries, despite military and economic power, are dependent on crucial collaboration of Muslim states such as Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt, and the newly emerged Central Asian states. The Western world is dependent on the oil and gas of Muslim states and striving to control this natural wealth by any means. The ambit of international relations has been the development and interaction among states. The states has and will remain the domain of scope of international relations. As we know, international relations are the manipulation to acquire power and impose will upon others one's will upon others. National power and national interest has remained within the scope of international relations. Population, the following are the subfields of international relations. They determines the scope and nature of international relations in future. Number 1, study of state system and their behavior in the world. Number 2, study of relations among states, either military or economic. Number 3, study of national interest and methods to acquire vital interest without coming into conflict. Number 4, study of national power and methods to acquire it and its and limitation on national power. Number 5, study of foreign policy of major countries. Number 6, study of international law and increasing acceptability and influence. Number 7, study of international and regional organizations. Number 8, study of geopolitics and its importance. Number 9, study of wars and ways to achieve peace or to avert war. Number 10, study of conflict management and conflict resolution by the global community or United Nations. Number 11, study of ideologies and their impact. Number 12, study of nationalism, colonialism and imperialism and its impacts on the world. Number 13, study of disarmament by major powers or factors which force them to reduce their nuclear powers, nuclear arsenals. Number 14, study of global environmental protection and its impact. Number 15, study of the protection of human rights in the world. Number 16, study of the role of economic factors in the international relation. Number 17, study of regions, means continents, subcontinents, their natural wealth. Number 18, study of terrorism, its sponsorship, who is supporting terrorism and its motives. Number 19, study of new Cold War leading to Third World War, which has already started between Western countries and Russia over Ukraine. Number 20, study of the role of Muslim countries in shaping the future world and averting the Third World War. Okay.